Hello everybody, welcome to Friday on the morning routine. Yeah, something like that. Carl should stop singing, never do it again. Yep, Friday everybody, it's Friday. And we've had a little bit of sunshine, but it's been some cold sunshine and windy. Ugh. Now we're going to be back to some rain in a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to have a great day anyway. We got some cool stuff, got some cool movie stuff for you, got some updates for you, but first of all, I've got some headlines for you. So let's to the headlines first. Okay, some very important headlines for me anyway, very personal. I feel attacked, but we'll discuss that in a minute. All right, number one. 3 things people who are good at conversations do according to research psychologists. 3 things people that are really good at having conversations do according to psychologists.
I'm not picking, I'm scratching.
Yeah, those are some things. Those are 3 things you don't want to do to be a good conversationalist. Just saying. Moving on. All right, this is where it gets personal, right? This is a personal attack. I'm frustrated. AMC, the movie chain, AMC's CEO is very excited about their new popcorn. But as I stare at this picture, I can only notice one thing about these 3 items at the top. They look like bags that are sealed. Okay, let me be very, very clear about this, Mr. CEO at AMC. I'm going to look you up and I'm going to figure this out because you and I are going to have a conversation, sir, if you're not making fresh popcorn anymore. That's right. Mano y mano. I don't know if you wear glasses or not. I'm going to assume you don't, so I'm just giving you the 2 fingers there. I got 4 eyes, you got 2. I'm looking at you saying you need to, that better not be. If you're like bagging it up afterwards, because sometimes you get some extra popcorn, you got some left over after the movie, want to take it home. That's great. I'd like the Ziploc bag. That'd be cool. But if that's prepackaged, I'm just walking in buying a prepackaged bag of popcorn. You, sir, are on my doo-doo list. I mean it. Moving on to very concerning number 2. Whoops. CEO of AMC, you would want to pay attention to this one too. Ready? Here we go. Theater chain AMC's shares fall on worries of slower box office recovery. So what are the shares? Shares are the number of stock shares. So this is like the stock market. The company's being traded on the stock market. So they might have been being sold, up here at a certain dollar amount, and now they're starting to slide. Their shares, the shares of stock, are starting to slide. They're not as good as they used to be. So something in the community of people that own the stock are saying, I'm going to sell these, and it's going to make them devalued. They're not going to be as expensive. So that means the company's not doing so well. I'm just going to relate this to the fact that it may not have to do with the box office slowdown. Box office is the tickets. How many people are going to the movies to see the tickets? Buying tickets, that's the box office. No. I don't think it's a box office slowdown. I think you freak people out by making them assume from the other article that you're putting popcorn in the bags way ahead of time and it's not fresh popcorn. If it's not fresh popcorn, give me that card back. Hold on a second. If it's not fresh popcorn, your company is going to fail. Let me just be clear about that. Sir, good day, I say. I get so frustrated. Popcorn is like the best. That's why we go to the movies, man. Well, I mean, it's not why we go to the movies, but one of the great things about the movies is you go there, and you get the popcorn and it's popping, and they get the butter on it. You got to get the extra butter, get the butter, put half the butter in the bag, and then half the butter, half the popcorn in the bag, put the butter in there, put some more popcorn in there, put some more butter, shake it up real good. Oh, it's so good. Then you get your big tub of soda, or Mountain Dew, or it's soda, whatever. And you go watch the movie. But if that popcorn is been sitting in a bag, made somewhere else and shipped, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I will boycott. Again, Mr. CEO, I will not go to your theater, and there are millions of other people that will not go to your theater if they're not getting fresh butter. It's part of the movie-going experience. Do not take that away. Your company will, if you do that. Mark my words. All right. Moving on. Maybe. Gotta talk about movies now, but I got this butter thing, this popcorn thing on my brain. Moving right along to movies. Yes, movies coming out this weekend. We're past January and February where no real movies come out, really. And coming off of, the pandemic and everything, the Hollywood's still getting going, the movies are still getting going. And so, but now March is going to be a pretty outstanding month. I'm pretty excited. And I'm going to the movie theaters, by the way. I will choose which movie theaters I go to based on if they have fresh popcorn or not. Just saying. So, coming out this weekend, we got a new movie coming out this weekend. There's a few that are coming just in theaters, which is great. That means the only place you're going to see it, you got to go to the theaters. That's the way it should be done. We can get it on streaming later. It's fine. You can get out and go to the movies. It's good for you. Here we go. This weekend, March 3rd, which is today, is... what's the name of the movie? Oh, Creed 3. Yes, Creed 3. This is the second story, kind of the Rocky series. Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone. This is like the second story. So there's all the Rocky movies, right? And then there's the Creed series, which is kind of like a spin-off of the Rocky a little bit. Just, Rocky Balboa himself, he teaches a new guy how to box, and that was Creed. And then there's some boxing in the background, getting distracted. But this is the spin-off, or this is the continuation of that story of those characters in that. So Creed 3, I don't know how it'll be. The Creed was pretty good. Creed 2 was, Clayton's got it 1 thumbs up. Creed, the original one, I'd give it 2. Creed 2, I'd give it maybe one thumb sideways. It wasn't bad. But Creed 3, I don't know. It would be okay, but you know what? Get out, go see some movies this weekend. Get that fresh popcorn while you still can. And it'll be good. So that's what's coming out in the movie theaters. Now on Netflix, because everybody's got Netflix. If you don't, I'll start mixing it up a little bit. But on Netflix, there is a good one. This one, I actually really like this movie. It came out in 2011. And it's a computer animated movie. It's not a cartoon, but it's a computer animated movie. And it's PG, but the humor is more adult. It's not so much kid jokes and stuff like that. It's really, really good. It's got some great acting in it. It is 2011's Rango. Yes. Rango is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. The lead character is Johnny Depp. And he is a chameleon that ends up in a western town of other animals and lizards and snakes and birds and stuff. It's a really weird story about water, but it is really, really good. It's quite funny. The characters are great. It's a good story. It's actually a little bit long. I think it's like an hour and 48 minutes or something, 47 minutes. So it's a little bit long, but it's really good. You'll enjoy it all the way through. Now, there's a unique thing about Rango and how they shot it. Typically, what they do when they shoot these animated movies is one actor goes into one studio, one recording booth, and they just have lines and they just read all by themselves. Just read the lines and act out the lines, and that's it. But that's not how they shot this movie. They actually shot this movie in a big sound stage with all the characters talking with one another and acting it out. They filmed them from a documentary standpoint, but they acted out the movie well before it was shot. It was really kind of funny how they did it. You can see it on YouTube. You can look it up, Rango behind the scenes or whatever. You'll find it. It's pretty cool. But the movie's really good. Lots of cool stuff in it. You'll have fun. You can enjoy that. It's on Netflix. If you got Netflix, you got it. Otherwise, it's like rentals on all the other streaming services are typically about $2.99. YouTube rarely charges more. Sometimes it's like $3.99 for a newer movie on YouTube, but typically you can find them on YouTube for $2 or $3. So that's Rango. Check that out. All right, and that's it for Friday. I need to go cool off because I'm really frustrated about the whole popcorn thing. At least there's not too many AMC movie theaters around me. I don't have to worry about it too much because I rarely go to an AMC anyway. But just so you know, CEO of AMC, these 4 eyes are watching you. Just saying. All right, let's move on to Gary. Oh, hold on. We gotta back it up because we got some great lines from Rango the movie right here.
Is this heaven?
If it were, we'd be eating Pop Tarts with Kim Novak.
All right, there you go. Now we can move on to Gary and his Epic Games for the weekend. If you're into gaming, the Epic Games, they always come out with some free games. Let's see what they got. They're free.
The free game this week on the Epic Game Store is called Rise of Industry. It's from 2019. It's not that long ago for a game that's completely free. Initially, it cost $29.99. If you'd ever pay that much for 100% for a game like that. This Rise of Industry, it's they're calling it a strategic tycoon game. It's kind of like a city building sim, but like in SimCity, you build like houses, you build like businesses, you connect roads, and you sit back and you watch it happen. Right? You watch the traffic and everything. You watch the flow of the traffic. You make sure that the flow's good. If you're too far away from a fire station, you'll have fires breaking out. The AI in this game, it's a little bit more competitive. The AI can do a hostile takeover of your businesses. It's very interesting. It's basically you against the AI trying to build a city and trying to be successful. Boy, it's like you're playing against somebody else, but you're not. The AI tries to bring you down. It tries to out tycoon you. And you basically have to out tycoon the AI. Your job is to be an entrepreneur, but it's an entrepreneur with actual factors against you. Like everything is not going to necessarily work in your favor. It looks like a very complex game. It's beautifully rendered. The graphics in this are I honestly don't know how to describe them. I hope Ray is showing you an image of what these graphics look like. It's a sort of geometric shapes. The shapes are very geometric. It's not like blobs for trees. Trees are like a triangle, or something like that, or like a. It's like a small clumps of trees here, and it's like a set of pyramids for the trees. Very cool looking. It's free. You can't lose the free, right? I mean, that's my favorite price to pay for a game, other than them paying you to take the thing, and that's not going to happen. So, Rise of Industry, free this week on the Epic Game Store. If you don't want it, get it anyway. You might decide you like it later.
Very cool. If you're into the gaming stuff, you can go check those out. Thank you, Gary, for sharing with us and doing the hard gaming work to go find those for us. All right. Next, we've got Back in the Bearded Past with Zach.
Everybody, it's Friday, March 3rd. You guys been working hard this week. Good job, everybody out there, and let's go back in the bearded past with Zach. And let's talk about some weekend maybe movie watching. I mean, weather's going to get nice here soon, so probably going to be outside a lot, so we better take in as much time as we can to watch some of these movies, right? Hey, 2017 Logan released. Those of you in the Marvel world, this was a great movie. I just enjoy the Wolverine story a lot myself. I've always told you guys I'm not a big Marvel fan, but I will tell you the Wolverine story I do enjoy quite a bit, and that was a really good movie. Also, too, coming out today, Creed 3 is coming out today. I really like the spinoff they've done. I love the Rocky movies as a kid. And I love the fact that they've been able to take it to this next side of and follow the Creed son. I thought that was a great take, and I really have enjoyed these movies as well. Also, too, you have College Road Trip with Martin Lawrence and Raven Simone. Wasn't that Raven Simone? Wasn't she popular for some show? Yeah, it was Nickelodeon, right? I think. Yeah, so, there you go. Lean on Me, released in 1989. And I'm sure, I don't know about you, that the version of the song "Lean on Me" really became super popular right after this movie. I remember friends of mine actually back in 1989, it was being sung all of the time. Also, too, this is a great one. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective Jr., released in 2009. He's the best there is, you guys, obviously. And then we have, last but not least today for movies, Link, Legend of Zelda, released in 2017. I had no idea they had released a movie about this character. Wow, that is awesome. I had no idea. That's a new one for me. I will actually look that up just because I'm a Zelda dork and I like the Link's adventures. So, all right, you guys. I hope you have a great Friday. Maybe go see Creed in the theater. Watch some Ace Ventura because there's more than just that one. All right, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend. All right.
Very good. As always, now, what is our national day for today? It should, if it's not, it should be, the national day today should be, it should only be real popcorn in movie theaters.
Good morning, all. It's Friday. Yes, we've been down the hill. We're at the end. Friday! Precursor to the weekend. Yes, love a Friday. Let's have a good Friday. It's the first Friday of the month. I don't know, how many of them do we have? Is it a 4? I don't think it's 5. It could be a 5 Friday month. That's kind of cool too. But anyway, it is Friday, and it is March the 3rd. Oh, it's 3-3. 3-3-2023. And the national day today is, I kind of like this one. I would love somebody to do this for me. It is National Soup It Forward Day. Soup, Oh, a nice bowl of soup when it's cold outside. It's nothing like it. There's so many different kinds of soups, but it is National Soup It Forward. It's kind of like pay it forward. You soup it forward. Make a big pot of soup and, put them in some individual little containers and maybe deliver some soup to somebody who would love to get some nice homemade soup.
Oh, this is fantastic. How does he do it?
I don't see how you can sit there reading that and not even offer me any.
If you're not into making soup, there are lots of places that you can go and buy some really good soup.
You know something? No soup for you!
I know Panera makes good soup. Safeway in their marketplace there, they have really good soup. I'm really not into the ones on the can on the shelf, but homemade soup's always the best. Wouldn't it be great to take some soup to somebody that can need a little cheering up, I think they do, some of the churches during the Lenten season on Friday when they don't eat meat, they have Soup Fridays, and everybody brings a non-meat soup. And they all congregate together, and it's like a soup buffet. They're all souping it forward, and you get to try lots of different soups. That's good. I've been to a couple of those. They're pretty yummy. I've had soups that I thought, never heard of this. I've never tried it, so I got to try different kinds of soups. And a soup, well, when I was young, I loved soup. Except this soup my aunt used to make. She, did it, I think, just pretty much for her daughters to understand how much they didn't eat their vegetables. So she had this big mason jar, and starting on Monday, whatever vegetables weren't eaten, she put them in that jar every day, and it just lined up with all the vegetables of the week. So then she would make soup out of it. She'd put meat in it and stuff like that, but it was all the vegetables. And my cousins were not very fond of it because it was more vegetable soup than it was anything else. And she told them, well, if you start eating your vegetables during the week, we wouldn't have all these leftovers of vegetables for vegetable soup. I don't think it really got them to eat their vegetables anymore, but she she had an easy day of one day. She just made vegetable soup. Yeah, she'd throw meat in it every once in a while, but thought it was kind of clever. I don't think it really worked. But now as I'm older, sounds pretty good. Sound pretty yucky back then. But a good bowl of soup. I think I'm going to go home and make soup now. What's your favorite? I can't tell you what my favorite is because I like way too many soups. So, whatever your favorite soup is today, maybe make some and pay it forward to somebody else. Everybody have a great weekend.
All right, that is it. That was not the national day, but it should be the national day. Every day should be the national day of just a, like, if there's no other national days, or if there is, always part of the national day should be in movie theaters. You can only serve real butter. If I was president of the United States or the world, I would make it a rule that in movie theaters you can only serve real popcorn and fresh butter and popcorn. That's it. I said that really crappily. Fresh popcorn, fresh butter in movie theaters. That's it. That's the law. That should be the law of the land.